Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's that time again, folks. Match day at Sphinx Drive, and we are live with commentary of this thrilling encounter in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. And it's a clash of champions today. It's the United Counties League Southern Premier champions versus the Northern League champions as the teams enter the field. Coventry Sphinx in their usual sky blue and white, and Anstey Nomads all in red. A poignant afternoon at Sphinx Drive, with this being the last home fixture for Coventry Sphinx before Remembrance Sunday on the 11th of November. And also is doubly so because today's match also marks the anniversary of the tragic passing of the much-loved Willie Nibs. I'll take you through the team news before we kick off the minute silence, starting with, in fact, no, the lads are going to line up now, so we'll go into the minute silence before we tell you the team news. We'll give you a brief update. Coventry Sphinx have made 3 changes. There's a debut for Leo Brown, while fellow new recruit Matty Reid is on the bench. Well, Anstey have made 6 changes to their team. And we will now enter a minute silence to remember those who so bravely gave their lives for our freedom, and to remember the much-loved, the one and only Willie Nibs. We miss you, Willie. Bring us some luck today. Right, into the today's starting lineups, kicking off with our visitors of Anstey Nomads. Number 1, Conrad Logan. Number 2, Brad Wilson. Number 3, Darian Walchop. Number 4, Joel Wolfe. Number 5, Lewis Gibbons. Number 6, Zach Harris. 7, Freddie Robinson. 8, Henry Bezic. 9, Niall Blake. 10, Lewis Rose. And number 11, Andy Kanga. And for Coventry Sphinx this afternoon, number 1, Keelan Fallows. Number 2, Callum Whiteside. Number 3, Findlay Shorrock. Number 4, Luke Downs. 5, Lewis Guest, the captain. Number 6, William Ejinguele. 7, Joe Percy. Number 8, Alex Locke. Number 9, Matty Shipman. 10, Jack Redhead. And number 11, making his debut, is Leo Brown. Substitutes for the Sphinx: number 12, Dylan Parker. 14, Max Johnson. 15, James Bryson. 16, Matty Reid. And number 27, Zach Hedge. Referee checks we're good to go. Sphinx will be kicking from right to left in the opening half. The ball is rolling. Let's get this party started at Sphinx Drive. Possession in the midfield with Luke Downs in the centre circle. Now Ejinguele. With a Shipman up line, not back where it came from. Robinson. Hooked away by Wilson. Ejinguele nods it down to the feet of Shorrock, who's being hassled and harried by the Anstey number 10. Sphinx lose possession. And it's out for a throw on this near side, just shy of the penalty area. Robinson. Wilson's ball collected by Matty Shipman. It's bundled over as he plays the pass over to Percy, who streams past Wochop. Joe Percy over one into Leo Brown to open the scoring, and he's put it beyond the goalkeeper. Did it cross? Yes, it has. How about that for a debut? Unbelievable start for the Alchurch loanee Leo Brown. Within a minute of his Coventry Sphinx debut, has put it beyond Conrad Logan, the former EFL goalkeeper. The best afro in the business has got up to a cracking start. A sloppy goal for Anstey to concede, but Brown taking advantage of some lackadaisical defending. Logan came out, trying to make himself look big and got a touch of the ball, but Brown got enough power behind this effort to edge it over the line despite the best efforts of the defender. Coventry Sphinx lead by 1-0 in the first minute. Oh, hands up, who's expecting that? Matty Shipman getting down and dirty at the back. Robinson, a little shove from behind by Alex Locke and hoofed up forward again towards Brown. It's nodded down by Gibbons and thumped away by Wochop. Hit back where it came from by Whiteside. Coventry Sphinx wearing black armbands today to remember the great Willie Nibbs and, of course, our fallen military personnel. Brown putting Anstey under pressure again as Wolf is forced into a hasty clearance. Luke Downs shoved over during the clearance, and it will be a Coventry Sphinx free kick on the halfway line. This is a brilliant start for the home side. Guest launches it in towards Shipman. Nodded up by Shipman. Shorrock across the Redhead. Flipped back in by Downs, headed away. Downs keeps it alive once more, hooks it right to Percy. Percy nods it into the danger zone. Brown is there and brings it back with some good physicality. Brown sends it over this time, but you can see the difference that this Sphinx debutant is making inside the first 4 minutes of his debut. He could have had 2 already. Well, this is phenomenal stuff from Brown. Logan, famous name of the M69. Guest, headed on by Brown. Cheeky back heel for Matty Shipman to Jack Redhead, who was caught on the slide. And the referee has given the free kick down the centre of the park against Anstey's number 6, Zach Harris. Could be within shooting range, but I think it's going to be a ball into the box from Redhead. He's got Downs standing behind him and Locke next to him. Redhead wants bodies in the box. Chipped in towards Shipman. Nodded across for Brown. And a phenomenal volley attempt from Jack Redhead after the cushion ball by Brown. Couldn't quite find top bins, but there's no doubt who's on top. I've not seen Sphinx start a match like this all season. Maybe all the changes that Anstey have made are to their detriment. Brown, again Sphinx quickly back on the ball. Matty Shipman, Locke is bursting in on a crucial last-minute challenge from Harris, preventing Locke from potentially doubling the lead. Ejinkwele sends it down the left wing, and hooked back where it came from by Wilson. Downs, looking for Locke. It has bounced over the white line and out for a Anstey throw, but deep into their own backyard. And Anstey less than thrilled with the start they've made. Brad Wilson with ball in hand. Robinson wants it, and behind him is Lewis Rose. It's got to go over Robinson to Rose, being held from behind by Shorrock, and in with the challenge is Luke Downs. Another throw-in, but preventing the break down the wing for Anstey. Sphinx can ill afford to give Anstey Nomads a foothold in this game. Anstey came up as champions of the Northern League of the United Counties League. Sphinx won the South. Sphinx currently find themselves towards the wrong end of the table. Anstey are in third. They've made an unbelievable start and a controversial free kick there given against Coventry Sphinx. A slide in by Alex Locke. Took the ball, but also took a bit of the man. Referee thought it was enough for the free kick to be given. It's taken short to Wilson. Floats it in towards the penalty area and nodded over Niall Blake. But Blake keeping it alive. Blake with the 1-2. I was looking for Rose, couldn't find his teammate in the area, and Luke Downs does the business. Drilled in from the left. Again, it's Downs to pick up the pieces. Upfield to Shipman. Controlling well. And finds Echingwele. Looking for Brown. Brought to feet by Harris. Echingwele curls it into touch for an Anstey throw halfway into Sphinx territory. Wilson. It's towards Robinson, being covered off by Echingwele. Was looking to return it to Lewis Rose, but intercepted and cleared as far as Wolf. Guest finishes the job, and it's to the opposite centre half in Lewis Gibbons. Logan. Conrad Logan sent it down the middle of the park. Blake tried to flick it behind to Robinson, but first the seconds is Whiteside. Shipman crowded out in midfield, but somehow retains the ball. Beswick's there with him. He's found Callum Whiteside. Redhead was the target, but picked up by the right back Wilson. Floating more by Wilson into the area, no one home, not up by Guest. Can Locke turn and clear under pressure from Robinson. Alex Locke across to Luke Downs, and it's thumped up towards Leo Brown. Little drag on the shirt by Brown, enough for the referee to give the free kick. Unfortunate for Brown. Oh, and a bit of fisticuffs between Brown and Joel Wolf. Mind games from the man who's already made such a difference. Lewis Rose, taking on the Sphinx back line on his own. Forced into the right-hand corner. Being held by Downs. But in space finds Wilson, and Wilson put to the cross. Oh, that should have been a gilt-edged opportunity for Niall Blake to tuck it home. But a swing and a miss by the Anstey number 9. So it's a clearance from Fallows. First real touch on the ball for Fallows. Nodded on by Brown, looking for Shipman. With the defence turning enough this time. Harris to the number 10, Rose. Easy interception for Luke Downs. Echingwele. Now here's Jack Redhead. Locke. Meets the overlapping run of Joe Percy. Trying to duck and dive his way past Welchop. Launched in towards Matty Shipman, and just grazed the head. But picked up on the opposite side by Shorrock and knocked into touch by Lewis Rose. I honestly cannot remember the last time I've seen Sphinx play this well. Absolutely phenomenal start from Sean Thomas and John Woodward's team. The introduction of Leo Brown has been an absolute masterstroke. Lunge in by Locke to prevent the run of Walchop. Deflected out for a throw in front of the Willie Nibbs Memorial Stand. Walchop. Headed on by Robinson, and Percy feels he was fouled, but it comes to nothing. Guest sends it back to Keelan Fallows. Looking for Shipman up top. He's got Brown behind him. And beaten mid-air by Gibbons. Rose collects on the right. Overlapping run being made by Wilson. Here is Brad Wilson. Drives it across the penalty area. Andy Kanga handball claims, and the referee agrees. It's bounced up onto the arm of the winger, Andy Kanga. "11 minutes gone here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. It's Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 0. A goal in the first minute of his debut for Outchurch loanee Leo Brown. Towards Shipman. But in the air, only as far as Luke Downs. Shipman surrounded by red shirts, little tug on the arm. Plays it across to Redhead. Redhead tries to knock it forward for Shipman again, but it's launched away by Wolf. Wolf off to Blake. Heads it up for Kanga. Beaten to it by Alex Locke, but the referee has stopped the game for a head injury to Niall Blake. Has he given the free kick? I think he has. Well, it didn't seem to be any intent to harm the player, but in fact, yes, the referee is going to get us underway with a drop ball. And in fact, it's been given to Anstey. I thought Coventry Sphinx had the possession there, but obviously the commentator was wrong for once. Locke, as Sphinx immediately get it back. Whiteside looking for Brown along the right-hand wing, but it's Welchop who nods it away. Collected in the midfield by Downs, who in trying to find the teammate was hacked down. Kanga thought his luck was in when he intercepted that ball on the far side of the field, ready to race into the box. But the referee's whistle had already blown. Keelan follows. Wait a minute, there seems to be a bit of an issue with one of the Sphinx players. I think he's tying his boots. Referee marking that he is adding the time on. It's way too early for Sphinx to even think about time wasting. It's Luke Downs who was having a look at his match attire. Follows, looking for Shipman on the right. One in the air by Welchop, and the final touch did come off the head of Matty Shipman. It's a throw-in front of the Willie Nibbs Memorial Stand, whom we sadly lost 22 years ago today. Darian Welchop screens for a free kick on Kanga. Referee says no, and Sphinx continue. Redhead shoved off the ball, and the free kick given. Welchop with the arm into the back of Jack Redhead, who makes his first start in 5 weeks today. And Coventry Sphinx have the set piece on the right side of the box as Kanga throws the ball away. It looks like it's gone out for a throw. So it will be a throw for Joe Percy. Throw to the feet of Shipman, and it was given as a foul throw. So the throw will be overturned and taken by Darian Welchop. It's not a great throw either, but it has been classed as legal to Robinson. Harris runs into the challenge of Callum Whiteside. Shorrock. Deflected ball to the left, picked up by Wilson. Rose. Can't find his way past Alex Locke, but it deflects back to Wilson on the right. And charged down by Leo Brown for a throw-in to Anstey Nomads, knocking on the door of the Sphinx penalty area. The throw-in towards Blake. Rose takes it on, avoids the slide challenge of Guest, and the referee's pulled it back as Rose lost possession. He tried to play the advantage, but Guest's enthusiasm coming back to bite him. Conrad Logan barking instructions at his outfield players. And it's going to be the winger, Andy Kanga, to step up for Anstey on the fringes of the penalty area. This will be a timely equaliser for the Nomads. Referee checks the wall, is in the correct position. Several Anstey players in the wall as well to try and make a nuisance of themselves. Kanga just grazes the woodwork on the way through. Not a bad effort, it just dipped too late. "16 minutes gone here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. It's Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 0. Sphinx looking for win number 3 of the season. They've gone through a more successful patch in recent weeks after getting that first win against AFC Rushden and Diamonds. The goal kick by Files nodded up towards Luke Downs. Shark. Brown the target, and Brown has fun. It barges off Harris. And now Brown making a beeline for the net. Leo Brown looking for another effort. He does get it away, but Logan scrambles down to the left to collect it. And he's starting to realise now the threat that Stone possesses. And that's not a bad ball from Wilson, but no one there to pick it up around the penalty area for Anstey. And Fallows taking his sweet time in picking that one up, as Niall Blake closed him down. Fallows looks for Locke. Beaten mid-air by Bezic. But Downs has got there, it's Shipman. Redhead's making the run, but Shipman goes to the right with Percy. Now Alex Locke. Was hoping to return to Percy, and has found him now. Couldn't return the ball to Locke, but Locke in with a challenge on Kanga. Alex Locke not giving up on this move. Still Locke, Shipman, back to Locke, back to Shipman. Can he turn and shoot? He can, and Logan keeps him out, diving down low to the right. Beautiful football on show from Sphinx. He falls into the midfield with Luke Downs, who's been up there with man of the match so far, obviously with Leo Brown. Looking for Shipman on the right-hand side, but it drifts into touch, about 5 yards shy of the penalty area. Throw's going to be taken by Darian Worldshop, the left back. He's got Bezic in support. Goes upfield for Freddie Robinson. Covered by Downs. Worldshop gets it back and sticks it towards the striker Blake, but returned to sender by Guest. Kanga to Robinson. Low one down the left, turned away by Callum Whiteside. Stone being held and hassled and harried by Wolf. Referee, in fact, gives the free kick against Coventry Sphinx there. Well, that's the first decision I would say, without a doubt, the referee has got wrong. Worldshop. Kanga. Sent flying by Joe Percy as he skipped past the defender back into his own half. And it will be a free kick around the halfway line on the left-hand side of the field. Anstey are a dangerous team when they get going. And that free kick got going a little too quickly for the referee's liking. He was still talking with Kanga as Lewis Gibbons tried to take a short one and a fast one. Kanga does take a short one. Worldshop to Wolf, closed down by Redhead. Locked it upfield towards Blake. Headed clearance. Slid back to Harris. Brad Wilson. Looking for an option in the area. Dinks it in for Robinson. Robinson does get the header away, but well off target. Well, of course, let you know what's going on around the grounds in the Premier League, as well what's going on in the match at Deepdale between the Sky Blues of Coventry City and Preston. Elsewhere in Leagues 1 and 2, there's no action there because it's FA Cup weekend. Shipman ploughs into the back of Robinson from the goal kick. Free kick to Anstey. They're giving away some silly fouls now. They've got to be careful about that. Back to Logan, the former Leicester City shot stopper. Spots Worldshop on the left. Falls to his feet. Chips it left for Blake. Nodded on by Blake. No one home for Anstey. Lewis Guest sends it back where it came from. Towards Matty Shipman. Wochop wins the headed duel. Scramble for possession in midfield, and it seems that finally Anstey have won that battle. Harris across to Wilson. Brad Wilson darting down the right-hand side of the penalty area. Slips it into the box for Robinson. Can he turn and shoot? A tight angle, and Lewis Guest does just enough to keep him at bay and send it out for a corner on the slide. Well, latest score from the Premier League: Brentford 1, West Ham 1. And Everton leading Brighton by 1-0. Sean Dyche turning it around there. Corner to be whipped in from the right by Rose. Towards that far post, knotted up rather than out by Edgingwele. Bezic. I think it took the touch off the Sphinx man on the way through, which took the spin off it. And collected by Keelan Fallows. And the floodlights have been switched on for the first time during a day match this season. Of course, the clocks went back last week. And it's certainly going to turn up the electricity bill. Rose, as Anstey have certainly found their feet. Tried the crossfield ball. Cannons off. Jack Redhead only as far as Wilson, the right back. Wilson's delivering a crucial header by Callum Whiteside to prevent Robinson and Blake, either one of them, from nodding it home. Kanga. Hopeful ball to the edge of the area, but collected by Shark. Now up to Leo Brown, looking to leave Wolf trailing, and has. Wolf's gone to ground. Brown's one-on-one. Shipman's on the right, tries to pull it back. Brown, who was unselfish, now plays it across to Shipman, who buries it in the back of the net. Checks that the flag remains down, and it does. The goal stands, and Sphinx have doubled their lead. Matty Shipman is in again. But again, it all comes down to the insatiable work of the debutant Leo Brown. Wolf unsuccessful in trying to stop him and tricked himself up, leaving Brown with a free run to the penalty area. He tried to square it the first time for Shipman, but the defender able to make the block. The seconds did fall to Brown at the second time of asking, with Anstey believing that Shipman was in an offside position. Brown found the pass and Shipman found the net. Fantastic stuff from Coventry Sphinx. Brown and Shipman are developing a very beautiful friendship. It's Coventry Sphinx 2, Anstey Nomads 0. Some happy faces around the drive this afternoon. And Anstey don't really know what's hit them so far. And another attack breaks down for the visitors. Redhead looking to slip it through for Brown, but it's too close to Wolf, who returns to the goalkeeper, Conrad Logan. Wilson the target from this long ball from the back, but it's met mid-air by Shark. Downs. A bit of indecision there as Locke able to intercept. Stone, again, leaving Wolf behind, clearly up the arm drag. Advantage has been given, and Shipman trying to take it around Conrad Logan. He couldn't do it. It was a long advantage, but the referee has indeed called it back for the free kick. But you have to say Shipman should have done better there against Conrad Logan. One-on-one. Logan on his feet, had no chance of getting down to it. But Sphinx will have a second bite of the cherry, with the advantage called back upon by the man in black. And the referee, I think he's going to bring his cards out, and it is a yellow card for Conrad Logan, who, in the politest sense, was not at all pleased with the length of the advantage. So the free kick to be lofted in by Redhead. It's towards Lewis Guest. Guest is up for it. Couldn't get anything on the ball. And Redhead with an ambitious volley attempt. It's not going to cause Logan any sleepless nights. Rose. It's a poor pass picked up and locked it away by William Ejinguele. Logan to Wochop. Kanga. Wochop makes the overlap. Kanga looking to take on Joe Percy. It's a brilliant run from Kanga. Rose. Can Anstey pull one back? And the strike from Rose blocked on the slide by Shorrock. And on the counter, Brown looking for Alex Locke, and Locke is past the slide challenge attempt from Bezic. Locke looking for options, he drives towards it. Alex Locke stings the gloves of Logan. But Sphinx's attack looks so dangerous. It's out for a throw, not into touch by Finlay Shorrock. The home side really gelling this afternoon. The introduction of Brown has made a massive difference, but everyone on this pitch is playing with vigour and enthusiasm. The ball kept in by Brown. It didn't cross the line, and Brown is away here. Leo Brown zoning in on goal again, tries to pull it across for Matty Shipman, but it is turned out for a corner. Brown and Selfish may have been better to have a go himself, as Lewis Gibbons is able to prevent disaster for Anstey. You can clearly see the ball didn't go out of play. Brilliant decision from the referee and the linesman. Anstey not playing to the whistle, and it very nearly came back to cost them. Redhead with the corner. Oh, he's going all the way and punched away on the line by Logan. Redhead nearly scoring direct from the set piece. Shipman wrestling with Harris for the ball. Couldn't take it past the number 6. But Shipman beats Bezic to it. Downs, and Brown nods it towards the net. Couldn't hit it on target, and it should be cleared now by Wolf. Nodded down by Shark, but couldn't find the blue shirt. Robinson to Harris, catches out Wolf with that ball. A little stumble from the number 4, and it trickles out in front of the Coventry Sphinx gantry, or cookie tower, as Chris Neer started to call it. Shark with the run up, looking for Stone, for Brown, I should say. That's another Leo. Luke Downs. Right side all the way back to Fallows. Good swift kick with Bezic zoning in. And the offside flag raised against Leo Brown. So he nodded the ball down for Finlay Shark. West Ham have now taken the lead at Brentford by 2-1. Jared Bowen with the goal there. Ejinguele to Luke Downs, who's played a massive part in today's game, but Sphinx can't find their way out of this hole. Blake and Kanga, can he get the shot away? It's a tight angle. Kanga tries to pull it back, but the seconds collected by Joe Percy. Nothing's going right for Anstey today. Looks to be a fly on the wall of the changing room at half time. I can see some hairdryer treatment coming the visitors' way. Harris. Wochop on the left. Lofts it in. Picked up on the other side by Jack Redhead, who is under pressure from Wolf, but a competent clearance. Bezic dispossessed by Shipman. Now with Finlay Sharrock. Locke across to the right. Percy runs into Wochop, who snatches it from him one-on-one. Now Bezic in the midfield. Swiftly followed by Brown. Look for Kanga, but deflected through for Blake. Kanga and Percy both in with the challenge, and the final touch did come off Kanga. Throw in just up line from the Sphinx penalty area. Manchester City have just taken the lead against Bournemouth through Doku. Crystal Palace also leading at Burnley through Jeffrey Schlupp. And it's still scoreless between Preston and Coventry City. We're starting to get a few spots of rain here as Leo Stone has been penalised for a little push in the back from that throw-in, and he's being called over by the referee. That will be a bit of a soft yellow card. may just be a little ticking off from the referee. I don't think it's going to be a yellow card. In fact, he's called over the Sphinx captain, Lewis Guest, who's taken the armband in the absence of Callum Woodward, and he does escape punishment for now, but the referee saying one more, you're in the book. Free kick launched in. Ejingwele sees it coming all the way. Now surely a push on the back of William Ejingwele. Indeed it was. Free kick to the Sphinx. As the heavens have started to open, well, the pitch has held up pretty well in the opening half an hour. Has cut up slightly, but the ground staff again have put on an amazing job to get this game on. Many games, including games in Coventry, have fallen foul of the weather. Fallows. Brown going to get on the end of that one and does, nods it to the wing. Wolf. And up by Harris, but a head tennis going on here. It's eventually brought to feet by Blake. But Rose can only find the chest of Luke Downs. Here's Brown, and we know he can move. Percy making the overlap on the right-hand side, and he's got there just in front of Wochop. In fact, no, Wochop with the side and got a nick on it. Took it away from Joe Percy, but it has gone out for a throw on the far side of the field, level with the penalty area. Sphinx knocking on the back door again. Percy throws to the feet of Leo Brown, trying to get space for a shot, couldn't. And now Robinson looking to sprint away. Here's Harris. Wolf, followed by Shipman. It's up towards Rose, who's playing on the right wing. Oh, look at that skillage in the village from Rose. But Ejingwele doesn't care about skill. That little chop and pirouette. He runs straight into the former Sky Blue centre-back, who slides the ball away from him. Brown wrestling for possession with Bezic, and he's got it back. Looking for Downs in the midfield. Robinson intercepted briefly, but it's only as far as Whiteside. The flag raised against Matty Shipman, but the player will continue as he didn't touch the ball. Wolf. Robinson. Just over 10 minutes left of what's been a barren first half for Anstey. Gibbons. Now with Kanga. Covered off by Percy and switches the play over to Wolf, who's almost playing as a right back now. Cushions it down for Rose. Brilliant ball by Rose, just a little too close for Fallows as Robinson was racing in. Couple of paces behind the ball. But it's the best that Anstey have mustered so far. Fallows taking his time here. He's got 6 seconds to clear the ball with the balls in his hand. Brown misses with the header attempt, and Shipman couldn't get onto the seconds, but an aimless ball from the back. And it's Fallows who clears. It looks like Wolf and Wilson have swapped places, so Wilson's gone at centre-back, and Wolf's moved out to the right. Brilliant run by Bezic. Wochop, deflected cross, corner kick. And the Anstey fans finally have something to cheer about. Delivery in by Rose. Nodded to the opposite end of the park and collected by Wilson. And turned towards the net by Kanga, just wide. Fallows rooted to his line as he watched the ball trickle past the post. Anstey Nomads finally baring their teeth. But it's not enough to halve the deficit. Shipman beaten mid-air by Gibbons in the seconds. Shot trying to get there first, but just pushed into touch by Robinson, who concedes the throw. Shark. Shipman brings it down, and Redhead takes it on. pinballed through the defence, and Wochop able to get their head of Redhead to Logan. It's an awkward touch from Conrad Logan, but he clears just in time before Redhead could make it free. And a free kick there for a push on Finley Shark. Sandwiched between Robinson and Rose. Just in front of the Coventry Sphinx camera. Ejingwele wants it, and he's going to take it. Is he going to go short or go long? I think he's going to go long. Ejingwele towards Shipman. And it came, I think it came off the shoulder of Shipman, and it's collected by Conrad Logan. Nothing doing for the former Leicester and Hibernian goalkeeper. Gibbons thumps it upfield. And Whiteside gets the call that it's drifting out wide and no one's around him. So it is indeed going to be a throw-in for the Sphinx. It's in their own backyard, but they've been comfortable on possession all afternoon. Towards Locke. Locke nods it up. Who got the final touch? It was Alex Locke. Throw on the halfway line to Anstey on the left-hand side. Can they try and get something in the bank before half-time? Throw it to Robinson. Blake, challenged by Lewis Guest, but Blake tries to chip it into the air. I don't know whether that was a shot or a cross, but either way, it's unsuccessful. He was either trying to chip Keelan Fallows or find Rose, who was about 5 yards behind the ball. Nothing has come off at all for the United Counties League Northern Premier Division champions. It's the Southern Premier Division champions, Sphinx, who have owned this game so far. Another on by Brown towards Shipman. Up by Harris, Robinson. Ejingwele has to beat Blake to it, and free kick given to Coventry Sphinx for a foul on Ejingwele. I'm not sure Ejingwele knows what the foul was given for. A little bit of pressure in the back, but the former Sky Blues man will take that. So Ejingwele will take it. Looking for Shipman on the edge of the area. Shipman nodded across, but Redhead had already moved underneath it. And now Harris begins the counter. Stopped in his tracks by a combination of Locke and Brown. Wochop. Blake, the target, nodded away by Callum Whiteside and into touch in front of the away dugout. Kanga back to Wochop. Back to Kanga. Robinson, Kanga wants it back. And Ejingwele ensures it doesn't reach him as Rose tried the through ball to clear the most dangerous man on the Anstey team. It's not over yet. Robinson, Kanga once more. Takes it too close to Downs, who clears up towards Leo Brown and kickstarts another counter for Matty Shipman. But this time's a challenge in for the side by Wilson to take it out for a throw. You can't keep giving Shipman and Brown chances. We've seen the damage they've done in the first half. There's only 5 minutes left. If Anstey concede again, they can kiss any share of the spoils goodnight. Percy. Shipman loses that aerial battle. Wochop. And Stone leaps into the clearance and deflects it out into the Willie Nibbs stand for a throw-in. Temperature starting to fall here in Coventry. It might be time for the hoodie or the coat in the second half. I've got to be the only person here who isn't wearing more than one layer. Wochop. Robinson being held by Downs, but it's away with Harris. Wilson to Wolf. Challenged by Shark, but holds him at bay long enough to find the player who started at right back today. And nodded across for a break by Robinson. That's a brilliant save by Keelan Fallows. Keeping his clean sheet and Sphinx's 2-goal advantage intact. It's a chance that Blake should have buried. But it's also a chance that Keelan Fires was not going to let in a month of Sundays. Unbelievable goalkeeping again. And now at the other end of the park, can Sphinx make it free? Shipman looking to play it through for Jack Redhead, but the defender made the block. Kanga to Robinson. Anstey finding their feet now. Just as they did before, Sphinx scored their second. Rose. Harris in anchoring midfield. That's a Wolf again, who started at centre-back, now playing on the right, tried to play it through Edgingwelle's legs. They deflected out off Wolf as it crossed the line. Edgingwelle just telling Wolf, yeah, it was our throw. Sharrock, who can he find? Looking for Shipman, bounces past Shipman, but he wrestled Wolf to the ground. Shipman claimed his innocence. But it will be a free kick to Anstey. Wilson standing over it. Could be one of the last opportunities of the first half with just 2.5 minutes left before added time is revealed. Wilson trying to find the penalty spot. Good strong header away by Guest. The job finished up by Redhead. Brown races to the loose ball and gets there. Oh, he tried to set up Percy for the overlapping run. Referee says no for a push in the back on Redhead. And now Wochop looking for an option, and at the far post is Rose, but he couldn't hit the back of the net. He rose like a salmon. But unfortunately, the header was wayward. He rose like a salmon, he headed like a tuna. Follows. Headed high to the sky by Brown. Shipman looking for Redhead. And the Anstey man feels he was caught on the leg by Jack Redhead there. Gibbons still holding his knee. Referee says get up. But Anstey are going to continue. Wolf to Blake. Ducks away from Edgingwelle into the area. Has the ball got away from him? No, it hasn't. It's Blake! Straight into the grasp of Keelan Fallows. A wasted opportunity for Anstey. Some real purpose on show from Niall Blake, but lacked the conviction with the finish. Fallows. Shipman trying to duck down to get his head on that, but it's Wolf who brings it to feet. Lewis Gibbons. Lost to Darian Wochop. Last minute of normal time. We will be going off air here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel for a quick break at half time. Harris. Anstey have dominated possession in the last 10 minutes. Can they make it work? No, they can't with passing like that. Easy interception for Luke Downs. Now Redhead has got to try and find his way out of a sea of red, and does. Plays it along the right-hand side for Brown to chase, with a slide in by Gibbons. Curtails the counter at the expense of a throw. Percy hoofs it up. Over Brown and too short for Shipman. Redhead tries to drill it back to Percy, but he's only found touch. An awkward stumble allows Sphinx back onto it through Locke. Shipman to Redhead. Now Finley Sharrock. He's got an option on the right in Percy. Here is Joe Percy. High cross towards Brown. It's too high for Brown, but the chest down by Wolves handed it on a silver platter. Back to Brown. Here's Redhead. Forced away from the penalty area on the halfway line now with Edgingwelle. Sharrock back to the former Sky Blues defender. Brown being hassled and harried by Wolf. Oh, beautiful skill from Brown. Pirouettes away. Lock. Shipman. I tried to find Brown, but intercepted by Gibbons. Edginguele cuts out the pass. Lovely deft play, and well, Redhead was taken out from behind there by Harris. Referee says no. Well, I don't envy the man who's got to wash the kits after today, because some of the Sphinx shirts are more brown than sky blue and white. And Wolf looking to send Blake down the right, but Blake didn't make the run. And Fallows is going to take his time in taking this kick. Picks it up. And we are now well into added time. I didn't see how much added time there was to be added on, but I would say about 2 minutes, of which is nearly about to elapse. Here's Shipman. Half volley away by Wolf. Edginguele. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Guest. Brown's up for it. Beaten mid-air by Gibbons. Sharrock dragged down. The referee thought about giving it, but now it's blown for half-time, and what a first half it was for Coventry Sphinx, scoring within 60 seconds through Leo Brown before the Alf Church loanee set up the second for Matty Shipman in a selfless act. Brilliant start for Coventry Sphinx. They lead by 2-0 as the heavens start to open at Sphinx Drive. Well, I'll take you through the half-time scores from around the grounds. Apologies for not doing that more in this game, but it's been so fluid. As Conrad Logan is making his thoughts known to the referee. He's already on a yellow card, of course, so he's got to be careful. In the Premier League, final score, Fulham 0, Manchester United 1. Late winner from Bruno Fernandes. In the current games, Brentford 1, West Ham 2, Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1, Everton 1, Brighton 0, Manchester City 3, Bournemouth 0, Sheffield United 0, Wolves 0. And there's been a fair few goals actually at Deepdale. Preston leading Coventry City by 2-1. Coventry took the lead through Haji Wright, but a goal from Dwayne Holmes and an Alan Brown penalty has pegged it back for Preston. Nearly 2-1 in that one. Let's go through the scores in our own division. The pitching in Northern Premier League due to the obvious difficulties with the rain, which is now hammering down. The app's not opening, so we'll let you know what's going on in those games after the break. We're going off air now for around 10 minutes here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this second half. And we're back for the second half here at Sphinx Drive after quite the downpour at half-time. The pitch is a lot slippier than the players will remember from 15 minutes ago. Let's hope that the turf stays firm and we see no more slip-ups. Just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, it's Coventry Sphinx 2, Anstey Nomads 0, and the Nomads have got to try and find a way back into this game. They kick us off, heading from right to left from where we are in the Coventry Sphinx gantry. Well chop, and early opportunity for a cross for Kanga. Kanga curls it in, a low header away by Downs. Wolf in towards Robinson, good header by Robinson, but ducked underneath the posts and into the hands of Keenan Fallows. Fallows down the centre of the park towards Brown. Beaten mid-air by Wilson. And out for a throw, about 15 yards into Anstey territory on the left side. Shark finds Shipman with the throw. And challenging from behind by Wolf, but the final touch came off Shipman. So right in the corner, it's a throw in for Anstey. Robinson sliding by Finley Shark that time. Another throw. 15 yards further up. So Wolf looking for an option along the right. It's up towards Robinson. Robinson going side by side with Shark, and it was Shark who headed it out. So it's a steady progress from Anstey with these throws. Rose got the ball caught between his feet. Under pressure from Downs and then Leo Brown, but Anstey continue with Wochop. Bezic, the captain. Plays it across for Kanga via Blake. And Blake tried to return it to Kanga, but it's picked out by Redhead. Now it's with Brown. Muscled by Gibbons. Lofted ball towards the edge of the area, cleared by Guest. So Anstey try again. Strong start to the second half of the visitors. But Brown swipes in with the challenge on Wolf, and the throw is given to Leo Brown. Great work there from the Alf Church man, who was on loan here at Coventry Sphinx for the next 4 weeks. So a 28-day loan, and Alf Sphinx wish they could keep him for longer. Downs. With Whiteside, pumps it up towards Brown, met in the air by Gibbons. And Alex Locke leapt in with the arm outstretched on Robinson, free kick given to the Nomads. Wilson. Kanga, can he keep it in? Yes he can, but slid into touch by Joe Percy, who feels he should have got a free kick. Well chop, Percy tries to cover him off. And does. Makes the block from the cross. Brilliant work from Percy. Bostic. Darting into the area. Bostic, can he find an option? Swirls across the face of goal! And they have got one back! Through Lewis Rose. The ball sliced across the goal, collected by Rose, and with the Sphinx players trying to get back into position, it's coolly tucked home by the Anstey number 10. Anstey seem a team transformed after the half-time break, and Sphinx have now seen their lead cut to 1. Well, this is going to be an intriguing second half. Anstey have made a brilliant start. They must have righted the wrongs of the first half at half-time. Here's Kanga. Blake tried to duck past Whiteside, but took him to the path of Guest. Brown, brilliant touch. Finds his way out of a Anstey sandwich there. Leo Brown slips it down the right for Shipman. Flag stays down, tries to pull it across, and it was blocked by Bostic into touch despite the best efforts of Logan, who thought he kept the ball within the confines of play. It's going to be a corner kick to Coventry Sphinx on the right side. And Wolf being far too physical there with Leo Brown. The referee may want a word. So Wolf and Brown called over by the man in black, and William Ejengwele also offering his 2 cents. No further action. Can Sphinx administer some punishments of their own? Redhead's delivery towards Ejengwele. Couldn't get the clean contact on him. It's ours. Luke Downs finds Redhead again. Second delivery. Guess he's up there as is Ejengwele, but it's turned behind for the goal kick. Guess would have been the better option, but Ejengwele had already made the leap. The throw to Wochop. Gibbons taking his time here. Lofts it up towards Blake. Whiteside. It's kept in by Joe Percy. Played it down the right only as far as Wochop, the left back. Darian Wochop. Kanga. Acres of space in the Redhead caught on the challenge. Referee says nothing doing, and Anstey continue. Wochop is looking for Robinson, and a crucial header by Downs. Only as far as Wolf. High and not at all handsome from Bostic. So we're 7 minutes into the second half here at the Coventry Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. It's Coventry Sphinx 2, Anstey Nomads 1. A nervy start to the second half. Can Sphinx get back into that rhythm? Blake steps away from the challenge of Guest. Now Blake, downline to Wochop. Snatched away from under his nose by Jack Redhead. The ball towards Brown, nodded away by Gibbons. But an underhit header from Bostic allows lock onto it. Now here's Finley Sharrock. His run halted on the halfway line. Plays a 1-2 with Lock. Now Ejengwele. Long ball from the former Sky Blues centre back. Not back where it came from by Wilson. Collected by Luke Downs. His brother Jack suspended today after 5 yellow cards. Downs through the middle. And through for Brown. 1-on-1 with Logan! It's offside, it won't count. And that's a real shame because it was a goal of real quality from Leo Brown, but he made that run just a second too soon. He's had the entire Anstey defence under his thumb all afternoon. But this time it was the flag that denied him, and a substitution for Anstey Nomads. Leaving the field is Kanga. Now that surprises me. Kanga's looked very dangerous today. That he's leaving the field and being replaced by Ant Lin. Look up towards Lin. Collision mid-air with Callum Whiteside. Gibbons. It's Blake. Switches the play over to Wolf. Now behind to Wilson. Skips past Jack Redhead. And see on the lookout for an equaliser. It's lofted in towards Blake. Collision in the area. Went to the ground. Referee says no. He was quick to wave his arms and say it wasn't a penalty. Blake went down that little too easily. And follows Looking for Brown, straight back to his opposite number 1 in Conrad Logan. And Logan down the centre of the park. Lynn knocks it back, but only as far as Alex Locke. Wochop makes his way into Sphinx territory. Switches the play to Lewis Rose, the goal scorer. Bostic. Bostic looking to create some room. Darting through the defence. A crucial touch takes it to Joe Percy, who thumped it away as far as Leo Brown. On the halfway line, down line to Shorrock. Locke. Sphinx need to try and dictate the pace of this game again. It was working so well for them in the first half, but the second half, Anstey have been dictating the pace, and it's working for them. Luke Downs wants a bit of space for Percy on this near side, but cut out by Wochop, and he's kept the ball in. Wochop racing down the left-hand side. Percy tries to keep up with him. Wochop pulls it across, and Keelan Fallows brings it into his grateful grasp as Lynn was waiting for the ball in the penalty area. Off the crossbar by Brown. My oh my, Leo Brown has been Anstey's bane today. Blake. Guest trying to shield it from Lynn. And a clear foul against Lynn. And there's going to be another substitution for Anstey Nomads as Corey Armeni is getting ready. Fallows. Right towards Brown. Brings down the defender in the process. That's another goal chalked off for Leo Brown. And Conrad Logan absolutely furious. And Brown is going to go in the book for that one. So it is a yellow card for Leo Brown. Logan with the free kick after a second disallowed goal for Brown. Ajungwele hawks it away and bounces onto the roof of the Willie Nibs Memorial Stand. And the Anstey coaching staff quick to boot a ball from the home dugout to one of his players. Whiteside on the ground, had to slide it away. But Wochop has got there. Shoulder to shoulder with Locke. And the cross is turned away by Callum Whiteside. Anstey looking very dangerous at the moment. Boswick. Plays a 1-2 with Wochop. It's Blake. Pulls it back. And it's an easy interception for Luke Downs. Redhead. Cushions it for Percy, who sends it down the right towards Brown, but it just drifts over the line. Bit of gamesmanship there from Jack Downs when he isn't even on the pitch as he lets the ball roll through his legs to ensure that Gibbons couldn't retrieve it quickly. Wochop. Looks for Robinson, it's forward to the feet of Blake. Robinson, good slide in by Percy, takes the ball cleanly. Flick on by Luke Downs, looking for Joe Percy, but nodded on by Harris. Brought back to the chest of Luke Downs. Echingwele. Shipman's up for it, couldn't bring it down, and Wochop first at the seconds. Wochop. Nodded into the midfield by Robinson, and no one home for Anstey. Easy pickings for Downs. Shipman. Whiteside. Hooks it upfield towards Brown. And Brown knocks it through, and Redhead couldn't bring it to feet. He would have been one-on-one with Logan. Shorrock. Shipman takes it past the defender. Matty Shipman, that's a good save from Conrad Logan. Both hands to it to the right, denying Shipman the chance to restore the 2-goal advantage. Edginguele slides it away from Lynn. Whiteside's clearance was initially blocked by Lynn, but gets it back and clears more successfully this time. Robinson. Edginguele lunges in but can't take the ball away. Chance for Rose to cross it in, but cutting across it was Finley Shark, and it will only be a corner. And there seems to be an air of inevitability that Anstey will score again, so it's up to Sphinx to bag up the other end. Well, many still getting ready for Anstey, another attacking option. Plenty of movement in the area. Edginguele trying to knock it away at the far post and does. And it will roll towards the touchline but kept in. World shot, cross charge down by the back of Shipman. Now Redhead trying to get away. Upfield to Brown, clearly pulled down. No attempt to go for the ball from Harris, and he's heading straight into the book. And probably the most deserved yellow card we've seen all afternoon. It's going to be Guest who takes it, the stand-in skipper for the Sky Blue and Whites. Guest towards Shipman. Couldn't get a clean contact, and it falls to the right back, Wolf. Thumped it up for Lynn. Lynn chests it down. Robinson. Launched up for Lynn again, but it's collected by Whiteside. Off the ball nodded through by Brown. The defender turns away from Shipman well. Neat stuff from Brad Wilson, who's now moved to centre back after starting on the right in the first half. Bostwick to Wochop. Back to Bostwick. The Anstey captain to lead by example. Switches the play over to Wolf. Rose. It's a high cross. Fallow sees it coming all the way and brings it down beautifully. We're about halfway through the second half here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Hit the like button if you are enjoying today's coverage. The highlights will either be online tonight or tomorrow morning. On the way to Shorrock. Looking for Brown, but collected by the centre-back. Robinson in midfield for Anstey. On the right far touchline, it's with Lewis Rose. Switches the play to the left-back, Wochop. Niall Blake. Looks for Lynn. And they're looking for a route in on the left, forced back. Bostwick. Into the centre with Harris. Space on the right for Wolf. Here is Wolf. Path covered off. Back to Harris. And now Rose. Is he thinking about the long range spectacular here? Pulls it across for Wochop. Through the legs of Percy. Now Blake. Out wrestled by Callum Whiteside and launched out by Lewis Guest. And at last time any is going to be brought on. Or is he? No, he's putting a bib on, so I think many. The substitution may have been cancelled. A little tug from behind by Callum Whiteside on Robinson gives a free kick from that throw into Anstey Nomads. Anstey have had the better of this second half. Sphinx have looked dangerous. They've had 2 goals chalked off. But can Anstey make it 2-2 after going into half-time 2-0 down? It's Lewis Rose who's going to take it. Rose towards that far post, and Edgingwale knotted out of the penalty area. Good defending from the former Coventry City defender. Launched back in by Wolf. It's a dangerous ball. Again, nodded out this time by Whiteside. Rose. Thumped clear by Alex Locke. Brown taken out on the slide, but Redhead continues. Advantage given. Takes it too close to the defender who loses the ball. Redhead loses the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to Coventry Sphinx. Another long advantage from the referee. He tried to give the chance to Sphinx to push on. And that's going to be a yellow card for, I believe it's Ant Lynn. And substitution is finally going to be made, with Freddie Robinson leaving the field and Corey Armeni heading on. So Guest with the free kick into the area. Matty Shipman tries to nod it across, nodded up instead, and hooked out on the far side by Harris. Had to act quickly as now Sphinx are sending a couple of the players to go and warm up. Sharrock. The throw for Redhead, appeals a foul throw, ignored. Sharrock, high cross. It's going to be an awkward one for Wochop, and in fact the bouncer took it away from him. Here's Brown. Can he turn his man? Percy provides assistance, but Brown going all alone, tries the shot and cannons off Wochop, who now sprints up the other end to try and start the counter. The interception made by Callum Whiteside. Here's Percy. Chip ball down the right for Alex Locke. Nodded to a teammate in Armeni by the Anstey defender, and Lynn nods it past Lewis Guest. Easy pickings for Keelan Fallows, who'll try and slow the pace down. Sphinx were much more comfortable, and the pace of the game was a lot slower in the first half. They were able to dictate the real flow of this match. Harris nods it up, but who will be first to the seconds? And Locke into the back of the Anstey midfielder. Free kick given, and Locke preventing the quick one from being taken. Armeni now quickly takes it. Wolf in the area, goes to ground, penalty! Locke wrestled down by Finley Sharrock, who had hold of the arm. And now Anstey Nomads have the opportunity to wipe out Sphinx's lead after going into half-time 2-0 down. And Sharrock looks on in bemusement. Well, the Sphinx faithful less than happy, but the spot kick will stand. Edgingwale trying to use a few of the tactics that Garnacho used against Copenhagen for Man United, and trying to scuff up the penalty spot. Well, Rose, half the deficit. Can he null and void the deficit from the spot? Keelan Fallows has got to step up here and be a hero if Sphinx are to stay in front. Up steps Rose, straight down the middle, you don't stop them. Lewis Rose completes the turnaround. If the first half belonged to Sphinx, the second has belonged to Anstey. Hit with power, hit with precision. Lewis Rose with his second of the game. And we're all square at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 2, Anstey Nomads 2. And there's a bit of a commotion around the technical area there. Sean Thomas is getting a ticking off from the referee. And a yellow card for the joint Sphinx manager. Well, run away once again. Sphinx now drawn level by third place Anstey Nomads. It's now 2-2 at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. Logan lobs it to the right with Wolf, who won that penalty. Poor control of the chest after a throw-in in front of the Anstey dugout. And Thomas still voicing his opinion with the Anstey coaching staff. Gotta be careful he doesn't get a red card here, as the throw is launched away by Wilson. Lynn being held by Ejengwele. And Locke off the ball, and Harris has put it through for Blake to make it 3-2. No, blocked by Callum Whiteside. There are appeals of handball on the far side of the field from the Anstey faithful, no doubt. Here's Redhead, lofts it up towards Brown. Met mid-air by Gibbons, but Shipman will shield it out for the throw in front of the away dugout. Sphinx have got something to fight for now. They were comfortable at half-time. They're anything but comfortable now. And a misty Sphinx striding inside a proper autumnal evening. Throw up to Shipman. Going to pull it away from Wolf. Wolf in with a challenge. Corner kick. In fact, no, it's going to be a throw. I thought it was going to be a corner for a moment there, but it is going to be a throw right in the corner to be taken by Sharrock. Gets it Babbitt. The offside flag raised against Finley Sharrock. The return ball found him in an offside position from Alex Locke. About 15 minutes left here at Sphinx Drive. It's been a real tale of two halves. Logan. Ejengwele had hold of Lynn. In fact, the free kick's been given against Ejengwele, and Ejengwele held his hands up to say, why have you given the foul against me? Anstey have lost the free kick. And Sphinx are going to make their first change. Dylan Parker, I believe, is getting ready. They have other attacking talents on the bench, including Matty Reid, who was signed this week from Coventry United. Max Johnson, a attacking midfield player too. And the referee once again heading over to the technical areas. A warning for both. Now Ejengwele to pump it towards the penalty area. Sphinx look to retrieve their lead. It's not the best of free kicks from Ejengwele. Didn't have the power behind it. But Downs with the interception in the midfield. Whiteside hooks it left. Shipman drops back. Matty Shipman. Now Ejengwele. Flicked onto Shipman. Brown. Death ball in, looking for Alex Locke, but cleared just in time by Wilson. If Locke got on the end of that one, it surely would have been 3-2. Redhead, diving header away to prevent the ball from finding the feet of Brown. Brilliant stuff on show from Wilson. Now the other end, Blake in a race against Callum Whiteside, and Fallows has to slide that one into touch. Throwing level with the penalty area. Anstey sends blood in the water. Ameni plays a 1-2 with Wochop. Deft cross in, Ejengwele. Half volley clearance, and Percy finishes the job towards the halfway line. Brown, and a little push in the back by Brown, a soft free kick. And it's taken quickly across to the right-hand side now with Wolf. And Alex Locke launches in on his opposite number 8 in Boswick, and Locke is going to be the next player heading into the referee's little black book. So yellow card for the ex-rugby man. So the free kick to be launched in by the Anstey substitute. Armeni. Noted down by Guest, but it's to a red shirt. With a free kick given against Anstey Nomads for an infringement on Luke Downs, wrestling him to the ground. And here comes the change now for Coventry Sphinx. The number 7 on the board, that's Joe Percy. So Percy heads off. And Dylan Parker will add another attacking option, as Sphinx seemingly going to 4 at the back. With Cannon Whiteside on the right of defence. 4-3-3 it appears now for the Sphinx. Launched upfield. Who got the final touch on that one from the Anstey defender? Gibbons is off the red shirt. It's going to be a Sphinx road just shy of the home technical area. Launched up by Shorrock. Flicked on with the head of Shipman, only as far as another Anstey defender. Downs. Sets up the ball for Parker to chase. Has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. Wolf able to shepherd it into touch. The veteran defender getting the best of the young Sphinx striker. Gibbons. Blake the target. Beaten mid-air by Whiteside. Brown. Handball claims against Brown, and the referee agrees. And that could be a final warning for Brown, who is already on a yellow card. He's going to have to be careful. Boswick basically ran into Luke Downs there. No foul given as Whiteside ends the danger. Shipman trying to get to the ball and not overexposing himself. That's one thing Sphinx cannot do. They cannot overexpose themselves. They cannot overstretch. They've worked hard for a share of the spoils. They'll be disappointed that they're no longer in front, but they'll be even more disappointed if they lose. Blake. In from the left. Is he going on a one-man mission here? Niles Blake. Tried to slip it through, but Brown knocked it off Wochop. Collected again by Blake. Towards that far post. Wolf with the strike! Cannons off Vechinguele. It's anyone's game at this late stage. And another goal at Deepdale. Preston 3, Coventry City 1. A disappointing afternoon for the Sky Blues, who took the lead through Haji Wright in the 33rd minute. But they'll be leaving empty-handed. Whipped in from the right. Guesses up for it and nods it away from Gibbons. Many will see that one roll into touch for another corner. This time from the left. Second delivery. Guessed up again. And another corner. Again on the opposite side, this time on the right. Corner kick number 3 in a row for Anstey. Can they complete the turnaround? Once again, Guess is up there to clear, and a free kick given against Anstey. Well, that should calm things down for a moment. About 5 minutes to go of normal time. Fallows. Back where it came from by Gibbons. Blake nods it into the midfield. Lock just a pace behind it with the ball through towards Lynn. Shepherded back to the goalkeeper by Guest. Fallows clearance. And a play for a throw on the far side of the field, about 10 yards into Anstey's own territory. Wolf marshalling his men up towards Lynn. Nodded up towards Luke Downs by the defender Shorrock. Hoofed upfield. And awkward bounce for Woodshop. Brown is right to feet. He's got Shipman with him. Shipman for the winner. It's snatched away at a crucial moment by Wilson. The defence has been much better from Anstey in this second half. It's been crucial to their comeback. Parker. Now Luke Downs swivelling in the midfield, a lunge in. Referee gives advantage as it's with Anstey now marching forward. Bostwick. Bostwick, the captain. Charged down by the back of Lynn, and Lynn's gone down hurt. And the referee has stopped the game as Guest was dribbling it away anyway. And a delay here as Locke is struggling to get back to his feet. And the referee is calling Lewis Guest over, maybe something that the captain said. The referee didn't like. No further action. And Sphinx seems to be preparing another change. It could well be Massey Reid. Sphinx have 2 changes left they can make. Anstey only 1, and the physio is now being called over. So as I look through some of the Premier League games while we're in this little break, Brentford have turned it around against West Ham. They were 2-1 down, and now it's 3-2. An goal by Mavropanos and a goal from Nathan Collins there. Crystal Palace still leading Burnley by 1-0. Everton still 1-0 up at home to Brighton. Man City beating Bournemouth 4-1. Goals from Doku, Silva, Akanji and Foden. And Sheffield United are actually winning. Sheffield United beating Wolves by 1-0. Cameron Archer scoring the goal. And Wayne Rooney could be set for his first point as Birmingham manager because Birmingham are leading Ipswich 2-1. So it could be a weekend where the top 2 in the Championship lose. And Rugby Town are picking up some points as well. They're beating Bedworth United 3-0. We'll go through some scores later on when we've got a moment. Shipman tries to shield the ball into touch and gets the throw in. Appeals with a foul on Brown, but referee says no. Callum Whiteside. Looking to channel his inner Aaron Gunnarsson with this throw. There it goes. Towards Brown. Handball claims. Referee says no. Shipman and Brown incensed. They felt that the arm was outstretched from Harris. Referee says no. Sphinx keeping 2 back in Shorrock and Downs. Everyone else is back. So everyone else is up. Chance for Sphinx to wrestle their lead back in the closing stages. Jack Redhead lofts it in. That's a good header away by Harris. Unchallenged. Parker slips, he tries to play the ball. Launched down the left of Blake. That ball's not coming back after a throw in deep into Sphinx's half of the field. Added time will be brandished in a moment, but I think Sphinx are going to make a change before that. But not just yet. Right side to Shipman, being held from behind, looking for Redhead in the midfield. But Anstey cut it out, challenged in by Shipman, allows Redhead back onto it, and now Dylan Parker, the ball just got away from him and allows Wolf to intercept. It's been a frustrating second half for Coventry Sphinx. And out for a throw just in front of the Anstey technical area. Shorrock, throw nodded straight back. Many finds Lynn, runs into Edginguele, who slided into touch in front of the Sphinx technical area this time. Lynn, setting challenge by Edginguele, and another throw, another 15 yards further up along the right-hand side. Can't be long left now. Throw taken and kept in. Wolf. And it's going to be a goal kick. Lynn tried to flick it back in. It definitely took a touch of a Sphinx man, but it must have been when the ball was over the line.